Cutter Top 10, Cutter Top 10. You know you liked it a lot. Time to see who is the best and the worst at stuff. You know, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, NASCAR, wrestling. If I have to, so please join me. Why don't you read? This is Cutter's Top 10. Hey there, Heather, ho there! It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. We're ready to rumble! Oh. Hey there, Heather, ho there! It's Jeff Cutter Diamond with another Top 10, and this time this Top 10 is the Top 10 most undeserving MVP winners in sports. There was actually a honorable mention, and it was Karl Malone in 1999 winning the MVP for the NBA over Alonzo Mourning and Tim Duncan. Karl Malone was actually gifted the league MVP title for some strange reason. Alonzo Mourning had a great career, 21 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks per game, and Defensive Player of the Year. Jeez. And Tim Duncan helped San Antonio win the NBA title, putting up 22 points, 11 rebounds a night. I guess the voters wanted Karl Malone to have an MVP win because they felt like he was robbed a couple years. So anyway, here is the top 10. Top 10. Ryan Howard. In 2006, the NL MVP over Albert Pujols. Now, baseball, of course, you have two MVP winners, the AL and the NL MVP. But Albert Pujols was robbed of the 2006 title. Pujols had better stats than Howard in runs scored, batting average, and slugging percentage on others. Howard only won the MVP award because of his home run stroke and more RBIs. And Pujols led his team to the 2006 championship, whereas Philly didn't make the playoffs that year. Number 9, Steve Nash, 2006 over LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. Yeah, we know Steve Nash won his second straight NBA title. And the fact of the matter is, I was happy for Steve Nash winning MVP. The first time was better than the second time. And it was argued that Shaq was cheated out of 2005. But in 2006, Nash cheated out LeBron and Kobe. James bested Nash in all of the stats. And Nash got 57 first place votes, whereas LeBron got 16. It was just amazing how Steve Nash got lucky that year. Number 8, Karl Malone, 97 against MJ. The 97 MVP voters must have been tired of awarding Jordan the league MVP because they gave it to Karl Malone. Of course, MJ not only led the Bulls to the NBA championship against the Jazz, he was the Finals MVP. Jordan led the NBA in scoring. So, anyway, it is not the only time the voters have given the award to a less deserving player out of fatigue for giving it to the most dominant player. But this is kind of like an ego. Number 7, A-Rod, 2003 AL MVP over Carlos Delgado. Texas was dead last in the American League West. A-Rod was their best player. But man, how dare you say he was the best player in the AL when he played for a crappy team. Well, this is not like the 1987 season and Andre Dawson's NL MVP. He kind of deserved it. Carlos Delgado was huge. He had a great season for the Blue Jays, who were chasing for a playoff spot. On the surface, A-Rod's numbers are worth of consideration, but he couldn't beat Delgado in batting average, slugging, and OPS. And of course, this was the last season that A-Rod had with Texas, and then he used the PEDs and all that. I knew Delgado deserved a title. Number 6, Joe DiMaggio, 41 over Ted Williams. That's the problem. You have a guy with a 56-game hitting streak against a player who had a 400-plus batting average, the last time someone has ever done that in Major League Baseball. DiMaggio got more hits than Williams, but DiMaggio had more than 100 at-bats greater than Williams. Williams beat DiMaggio in walks, home runs, batting average, and OPS. Amazing. Ted Williams should have won the 1941 title. MVP. Why? Number 5, Lou Gehrig, 1927 over Babe Ruth. Now, the thing is, Lou Gehrig was far away one of the best players in 1927 against his teammate Babe Ruth. But Gehrig got lucky because the rule was in 1927 that if a player already won the MVP award, they were ineligible to win again. And Babe Ruth, with his 16 home runs, was not considered to be the MVP because he already had a title. He won the MVP in 1923 and never won the award again because of the abolished rule. As good as Gehrig's season was, it just couldn't compare to Babe Ruth's season. Murder's Row would have been 1-2 probably for the title. Number 4, A-Rod, the other A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers, 2014 NL MVP over J.J. Watt. There's a lot of bias for the NFL against defensive players winning major awards. And that makes sense. Aaron Rodgers was given the MVP, getting 31 of the 50 votes. Offensive players have long overshadowed the accomplishments of the defensive players. But J.J. Watt in 2014 was just amazing. 78 tackles, 4 forced fumbles, and 20.5 sacks. And he even got 5 defensive touchdowns on the field in 2014. That's a rarity. 5 defensive touchdowns? And they don't give J.J. Watt the title because they need an offensive player to get it. Number 3, Derrick Rose over LeBron James, 2011 MVP title. Derrick Rose was the beneficiary of a group of fatigued MVP voters because they didn't want LeBron to keep winning the title. LeBron already had won the title, the MVP, back-to-back years. So the voters needed a new face, and lo and behold, the 22-year-old from Kansas, Derrick Rose, was picked as MVP. LeBron was named to the All-NBA first team and All-Defensive first team for good measure, why LeBron should have got the 2011 award. And Miami beat Chicago in the Eastern Finals in 5 games. Number 2, Bill Russell, 1961, over Will Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson. Bill Russell was gifted his 3rd MVP over 2 deserving players. When you look at the stats, Russell wasn't even close to being given the award. Oscar Robertson actually averaged a triple-double, 30 points, 12 assists, 11 rebounds a game. Will Chamberlain also was huge, 50 points a game on average, 25.7 rebounds. Can you imagine Bill Russell getting over 2 momentous players? It's just amazing. I don't know how. Well, Russell only averaged 19 points and 23 rebounds a game. Not even close to Will's numbers, much less Oscar Robertson. Jeez. And number 1, Joe Gordon over Ted Williams, 1942. Joe who? It wasn't DiMaggio, it was Joe Gordon. Can you believe it? He was robbed. Ted Williams won the Triple Crown in 1942. He did it in 1941 when he lost to DiMaggio, but that was fair enough. But it was worse. Williams outperformed Gordon in everything. And nobody could have a clear explanation why Joe Gordon got more first-place votes than Ted Williams. Some say maybe because the Yankees were a better team than Boston. But, I mean, good grief. I can understand DiMaggio getting lucky over Ted Williams because of his 1941 hitting streak. Anyway, so that's it for Top 10s. There'll be more Top 10s coming up in the days ahead.